It's Hazy.
If I did this for the money, would've gave up long ago. It's the passion and the drive buried deep down in my soul. It's ambition, I'm too hungry, I ain't never getting full. On a mission, it's a battle, locked and loaded, bulletproof.
What's up, guys, and welcome to the Nesian Built podcast, episode 1. I'm AJ Allen, and this is my partner, co-host, co-founders of the Nesian Built apparel.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Good morning, brother.
Morning.
Let's go. So, we wanted to shout out our boy Roman, aka Hazy, for letting us use our intro song, his song "If I." Shit hits hard. So, thanks, brother.
Check him out on YouTube.
Yeah, check him out on YouTube, Hazy. You got a bunch of songs dropped on there. I'm pretty sure he's on SoundCloud and all that too. So, first podcast, man. Fuck. We talked about this a couple months ago.
I think it was longer than a month.
Yeah.
We talked about this a while ago. I know I was doing research on how to start it up for a while, so.
Yeah, I mean, you're a tech guy. You're the guy.
We've been thinking about it for a while.
Yeah.
And now the time's finally here.
You know, it's like everything we do. You know, you got to put a little bit of research in it. Got to learn. And that was Mark's job. That's why it took a little bit longer.
Yeah. Slacking.
But, I mean, we wanted to start a podcast for the main reason of sharing our conversations, right? Like, we have really good conversations. You know, we're dads, we're husbands, we're business owners. And
We're regular workers.
yeah, we're regular workers too. I mean, basically working 2 jobs, and you know, it's like we've been through a lot, and we just wanted to share these conversations that we have, in order for it to be able to possibly help anybody. You know, whatever, you know, people are going through a lot of stuff, and you know, I listen to podcasts. They help me learn, they help me grow, and I thought it was something that we could possibly, you know, help our people do, because it's not a lot of Pacific Islanders out there doing podcasts, and, you know, helping people in this kind of manner, you know. So and it was another way for us to put out content for you. You know, it's more about the brand. You come deeper into, you know, seeing how we think, and you know, because like we always say, Nesian Built is more than just a brand. It's a mindset and something we want to push, and we want to keep pushing. So, you know, to help people, it's not just about putting clothes on people. It's way more than that to us. So this is another way of us trying to, you know, either influence, motivate, inspire, you know, that you can do what you want. You know, you just put your mind to it, you know, keep that mindset and put in the work and get whatever done that you want to get done. So, I mean, we should probably tell them a little bit about ourselves. So, you know, get a little deeper into us again. So what you got, brother? Tell the people.
So for those of you who don't know our background and who we are, but a little intro to us. My name is Mark. I was born in Guam. My mom and dad are from Guam. My dad was in the military, so we moved around a lot. Oh, I have 2 brothers, 2 sisters. I'm kind of the middle, somewhere in the middle. I got an older brother, 2 younger sisters, and a younger brother. But yeah, my dad was in the military. We moved around a lot. I grew up in Guam for a little bit as a kid. And then most of my upbringing was here in Washington, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is where probably I've been here the longest. I did do high school out there in Guam. Graduated from high school. My whole high school year out there. Then I came back here, did a little bit of college, and then really just started working and doing things mostly from here. Kind of bounced around jobs, nothing real specific. Most of my time working is at the airport. You know, where I met this guy. I did a little stint I didn't serve time, but I worked for a short while as a corrections officer. Let's make sure I clarify that.
You serve the community.
You serve the community. Yeah. But yeah, nothing crazy, you know.
What about a family, like your family?
Oh, I have a wife and 2 kids. I met my wife out here, actually, in Washington. We met in elementary school. So,
crazy.
Like 3rd or 4th grade.
A long time.
Yeah. We weren't dating the whole time, but, you know, it wasn't until about after 8th grade that we really started to get serious.
Yeah.
And then again, after high school, you know, I got with my wife, we dated, and then the rest was history.
History. 2 kids.
Yep, marriage it was for a while. We dated for a while, I think 8 years or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we married, and then I got 2 kids. 2 kids later, and now I got no more hair.
You had good hair. I saw the pictures. You had good hair for a while.
I used to have hair.
You used to have hair.
about kids, yeah.
Hey, that's why we're the Baldy Boys, bro.
Yeah. And then, that's pretty much it. I played musical instruments for a little bit in high school.
Yeah.
I was kind of a musical guy. Kind of retired from that. Did paddling in high school. That was fun. That was dope. I played in a punk rock band in high school. That was fun. But I've since retired then. Now it's just mostly working home. I like outdoor stuff, camping, hiking. But mostly just family man, businessman, working home.
Yeah. Man, this guy gives me a lot of shit for not being able to sing. We listen to country music a lot together, and he gives me all the shit in the world for not being able to sing. And apparently he can sing, but I still haven't heard it. So
I retired.
I haven't seen it. I don't believe it. I haven't heard it, so I don't believe it yet. So good shit, you know. Back to me. I mean, me and Mark have a couple similarities, you know, growing up wise. Like him, my dad was in the military. He's not from the islands. Yeah. So I am a mixed breed. I am half black, half Chamorro, from the island of Saipan. I was born in Hawaii, and then and then grew up in Saipan from basically the age of 9 till I graduated high school. My mom and dad split up, you know, when I was 9, which is the reason we went back to Saipan. But after graduating, I went out to Oregon. I played baseball at a junior college out there. Went to school for a couple years. Ended up joining the military. Did the military for active duty about 5 years as a cavalry scout. Then I went into National Guard. Did National Guard for about 3 years after that. Pretty much did security while I was in National Guard, and basically meeting my dude here. That's where we met. And then, we started a business while we were in security. Worked a couple other jobs before getting the security gig that we met at. But
security gig was at the airport.
Yeah, security was at the airport. But, you know, it's security. it was a job that I knew, you know, just because of, you know, military experience. Yeah. I am married, been married for a while too. Got 2 kids, got 2 boys, 10-year-old and a 7-year-old. It's crazy. They're crazy raising my boys. They're both very different personalities. So, you know, being a dad to that, you know, running a business, being a husband, it gets kind of crazy, but it's definitely a fucking good time. Good life. It's definitely grateful for my life.
A crazy thing is,
destined to meet. We're destined to meet.
Me and AJ, we got to know each other, digging into each other's backgrounds. We figured we were destined to meet because I grew up in here. I lived here in Kent most of my life, and then I actually left the airport for a little bit. Got a job as a corrections officer in the city of Kent, and I did that for a short while, only like 6 months. It was a tough job. And then I came back to the airport, went back to working on the ramp, and then we met later on in security when the airport decided they wanted some security. So not TSA, but we met there, and then that's when we realized, like, you know, this guy went in and when did you?
So I think it was around like 2015, sometime between 2015 and 2016. I think it was. I was trying to become a cop after I got out of active duty, and you know, I wasn't picking up, you know, jobs there, so I decided maybe I'll try out corrections. I wanted to do something within, you know, within public service still, and I actually got a conditional offer from that same corrections facility that Mark was working at, but he was already gone. Yeah, he already left. But you know, it's crazy to think that, you know, we were. That's why we in Kent. Yeah, we were in Kent, and then we work at the same airport, and then we link up to start the brand, and then we find out that, you know, we're both basically trying to be corrections officer at some point.
This guy was following me.
He is the older one, so I mean, that's another thing and the reason why we bring that up is because public service is I guess really important to me and Mark. You know, just it's always about doing more than anything just for ourselves. You know, I feel like that's where we get the most fulfillment from, is just being able to provide for a bigger purpose than just ourselves and giving more than, you know, just trying to make money. You know, it's more than that to us. So yeah, I mean,
That's cool. It's a cool little fact.
yeah, you know, little bit that you know, little piece that most people don't know about. But the way we linked up, you know, like we said, we were in security together, we worked together, and obviously I knew the dude was Chamorro because of his last name, and because he looked like a damn Chamorro.
And I knew he was Hawaiian. He looked Hawaiian. So,
yeah, everybody thought I was Hawaiian when I first started over there, but yeah, I mean, like if you haven't seen like one of our first YouTube videos, I kind of talked about it.
Yep.
You know, we used to
started working out.
Yeah, there was a gym.
Separately. We started working out separately.
Yeah, there's a gym in our at our work, and we were on the same shift and everything, and we'd go up there, go work out, and I mean, I was working out. Mark was on the elliptical. Mark was on the elliptical, and you know, like it became like a part of our, you know, it was our daily routine. And then we'd go into work, and you know, the more close that, you know, or the more I got to know Mark, like at work, I started giving more and more shit about not coming and lifting weights. So eventually,
you just said one day, hey bro, just come lift it.
Yeah, I kept seeing it because I was lifting by myself, and I usually do lift by myself. I'm not like a big lifting partner type person, but you know, I like. I just told this guy, like, dude, you fucking gotta come lift with me. There's no way, bro. Like every day you're gonna be on that damn elliptical. There's no way, bro.
I was trying.
Like, let's go. So then, I mean, ever since then, I think that's when, you know, fucking me and this guy really got tight. Like we were lifting. Yeah. We're like really consistently. We were holding each other accountable. Like we were lifting at least 4 days a week. Mark was looking like he was lifting weights and not like he was on an elliptical. Like, yeah,
he was getting the most gains I think I ever made with this guy.
It was fucking crazy.
And it was tough because I'm a bigger dude, yeah, obviously. So I thought I was strong until I met this guy. He was smaller than me. You were, I think, around the same weight as now or lighter.
Yeah, I think now I got the same thing.
He got pretty bulky there for a minute.
Yeah, I gained some weight.
I thought I had something because I was bigger, but no. I had no clue. I made the most gains when we were working out for almost 5 days a week.
Yeah, it brought the damn Hulk out of you. Yeah. You know, fucking dude, strong as shit. Yeah. But
it was like this. It's like I thought I was strong until I met him, and I was down here. And then I slowly started doing the game, so we were kind of in the middle. And then some of the things I surpassed you at, like the bench or like the lower pulls. Yeah. But still, some things I can't beat this guy. Like arm wrestling is where I cannot beat him in arm wrestling.
And pull ups.
I can't pull myself up. I don't have to worry about him. I can't even pull myself
up. That's the next goal. That's the next goal. Yeah. We can get some fucking pull ups going. But yeah, we fucking.
After that, I remember you. One day out of the blue, just came and said you wanted to start a brand.
Yeah. I remember I would tell you about it. Yeah. But it was nothing like.
There's nothing really set.
Yeah, there's nothing like it was because we really had no fucking idea how to do it. You know, like I remember bringing it up all the time to Mark in the gym, but you know, as it came to one day where I was just like, I should ask him if he wants to, partner up and do this thing, because like I said in one of our first videos, like I never really went through with it because I just fucking didn't know like really what it was all about, and then I needed another perspective, even though you didn't know anything, but you fucking also had, and there's another mind to try and figure out things that you've also seen in your life, so I eventually just asked Mark, because after learning the kind of person that he was, I knew that I could trust him. I knew that you were a family man, the kind of dude I would want to be around all the time, knowing that running a business, you're gonna have to spend a lot of time together. He's a man. You're a man of integrity. You're honest. You don't bullshit. I had to bring you a little bit out of the laziness, but other than that, I knew I could trust him. I knew I wouldn't have to worry. Like I said, we were holding each other accountable to the gym, and that's one thing. Like physical fitness, that's what that kind of does for a lot of people. And being able to do that and go through some hard shit, just lifting weights and showing up every day. It's a big point, and that's where I really learned more about him. Us having our conversations during workout sessions and stuff. It was
even during work.
Yeah, even at work.
Downtime, there's nothing to do. Just
we're talking. So we learned a lot about each other. Like I thought I would ask him, and then we just fucking. He said yeah, and I remember the way I asked you too. I was like, bro, what do you think about just jumping in with me? And cause remember the way I said it was like, what do you think about jumping in with me? Just we can make like extra $300, $400 a month.
See, I don't remember that actually.
Bro, we were sitting down on the what do you call that? The baggage claim?
Yeah.
We were sitting down there and we were waiting for the briefing, the morning briefing, and then when you came in and I brought that up and I actually said, what do you think about joining, just jumping in with me? We do this, make an extra $300-$400 a month kind of thing. Yeah. And then, that's why I remember. That's how I asked you.
For some reason, my memory was just all of a sudden I'm in.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Maybe my memory just failed me on that part. But I remember one day. We were trying to figure out the website, like how to get a website.
Yeah.
And then also, that was a chore in itself. And then also designing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If you guys were there from the start, we came out the gigs hot.
Yeah.
With all kinds of stuff.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But trying to figure out how to design something on a computer or a software we had no background in. That was a chore. I remember you having a hard time a couple times trying to figure something out. You would text me and I would text you like that. You gotta do it like this.
Yeah.
I would do a quick research and I'd send in the information.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just remember all this. For some reason in my memory, it's more like, yeah, bro, we're gonna do this thing, and it went from an I to a we. Like, okay, we're in this thing. That's my memory.
I remember I asked you, bro. I remember asking you.
Well, then I just forgot.
Yeah. I remember it might have seemed like that because we already talked about it so much, probably with him. And I think it was for me. It was just like clarity, just to make sure that he was really in it. I think it was one of those things. But roll it into like why we chose Nesian Built. Like we could have chose anything. We could have chose to make a way more general, broad brand, but we chose Nesian Built. Keep it specific to the Pacific Islanders.
Keep it specific to the specific.
Yeah.
Keep it specific to the Pacific.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you think about it because the possibilities of becoming really huge as a brand in the Pacific Island community is really slim if you think about it compared to like other brands that are real more general and broad. Because the Pacific Island community is so small, but like we just talked about earlier, there's more purpose to it than just making a lot of money and becoming a huge brand. It's about our people, and I take a lot of pride in. I know we take a lot of pride in where we're from. Like it's not like it's not something we'll forget about. Like I think it's something that we do deeply care about. It's raised us to be. I mean, the islands raised us to be who we are. Our culture raised us to be who we are, and think the way we think. So I think that was, for me, creating Nesian Built, and not making it just about Saipan or just about Guam. And like we said, we worked in the airport, so like we had a lot of friends. Yeah, I mean, there's just islanders from all kinds of places. So we saw that, and we just wanted to make sure that we were providing for everybody. We had, I mean, even within just a security group that we were working in, there's just, I mean, it's Micronesians and Polynesians really, and Melanesians in there too. So like we felt like it was way more important for us to create a brand for all of us, because we were like kind of, especially when we first started there was like little groups. So like when we first started there, it was, we had the little cliques, right? Because everybody, it was a pretty stressful job at the beginning. So, everybody had their little cliques. And I remember it was, Pacific Islanders always got together. Like, that's kind of what it was. And I think that's when we really started like rolling with it. But, I think, like, and then like we said before, Nesian Built was, like, since I've been out in the States, like I said, military, I play softball a lot. And since I've been in Oregon, Washington, I was in Kansas too. I was stationed out in Kansas for a couple of years. And it doesn't matter. Like, it didn't matter what island you were from. It didn't matter, like what region you were from. Like, Pacific Islanders are Pacific Islanders out here. Like, people don't even like other people outside of the Pacific Islander group, they don't know the differences between us. And when they see it, like they'll look at me and they'll think, oh, straight up, oh, Samoan. You know, they'll look at you, they'll think Samoan. You know, because you're big, right? Like so they just put us all together in one group, and you know, that's why I think the brand Nesian Built it is for all of us. It is a brand for all of us. We want to go bigger than, you know, just another Guam brand, another Saipan brand, you know, or CNMI brand. So that's the way I see it. I mean, now we've talked a lot about that and why it's so cool that, you know, we get people orders from so many damn places. Yeah. You know, Australia, New Zealand, you know, the Netherlands. Like, it's crazy that we're getting orders so far out there, and, you know, so many different groups, you know, of Pacific Islanders that was the goal. You know, that was the goal, and was just to make sure that we're reaching that, you know, that many people. But definitely the goal is to reach more people.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you guys, it's like I always talk about, you know, especially in our stories and, you know, videos and stuff, like the 20 miler day, like about the process of just going through stuff, man. And like Mark was just talking about, like, if you go back to when we first started this, it was basically, what was it, January 2018, I think it was, when we really started digging in, like, and it was fucking rough, guys. Like, a no joke. We had no idea what we were doing with anything, right? We didn't know how to design. We didn't know how to set up the website. We didn't even know how to get our clothes out there, bro. Like, we were literally I couldn't even put a line together on Adobe Illustrator. Like, I didn't even know how to put a line. Like, there's literally nothing.
Text me, bro, I can't figure out, or you come to work the next day,
yeah.
I can't figure out how to put this over here. I just do a quick YouTube search.
No idea. Yeah, it's fucking nuts, bro. But
it's a huge learning process for us. Even on the day that we thought we figured everything out, the launch day, we were sitting at the
Kona
Coffee. Kona Coffee. I don't even think it's up anymore.
It's not even open. That's what I was about to say, bro. That's crazy that place isn't open. Because I think they just opened right before we started going there too.
Yeah, so. It was fairly new. It was fairly brand new. So we met there to do our website launch, and then the orders started coming in, and then we started
trying to come in.
And then another problem presented itself to us with the money part, the finances.
Yeah.
We're like, oh shoot.
Yeah. So I mean, but remember initially, right? So the way we started off, I mean, so like we're talking about, first we went 4 months, basically 4 straight months of just trying to learn, trying to design, trying to create the website. You know, we went the route of drop shipping. That was the way we started, just because it's not a big
it's not a huge investment.
Not a huge investment up front. Like, we didn't have to put a lot of money. We had to put some money in to get samples and see how the stuff would look. But that was the best way we knew how to start the brand. And drop shipping is basically, we put, you know, designs on our stuff on the shirts or hoodies, whatever that. Yeah, we uploaded
what shirt, what garment we wanted on.
Yep, and then they set the prices for the cost of those things, and then we set our prices on our website. And once the order comes in, they get it. They print whatever the item is print on demand. So they print it and then they ship it out to the customer. We never get to see it. That's a really big detail that I did not like at all.
No control over our quality.
Yeah, we had no, and that was so shitty. But that was the only way we knew how. So we had to do it.
The biggest thing the most we chipped in the very beginning was just to order samples to see. So we ordered every shirt that we were going to offer for launch. Yeah, and that was a big chunk for us. Back then, that was a huge chunk.
Yeah.
What was it, like a couple hundred?
Yeah, I think we
$600 or something.
$600-700 and just
samples. Those are just for us to have to see that before we launched.
What the shirts would look like with these prints. Yeah. And we fucking hated it, honestly. Like, I remember coming out with it. You remember that shit, bro? Like,
I remember we met at the park to because you had the box.
Yeah. We were so excited for that shit.
Yeah,
we were so excited.
Back in the day, for me, I was all about the heavier blend shirts or the heavier weight shirts.
All styles.
And then when I freaking put my hand on the first shirt, I was like, oh man, I don't know about this. It was super lightweight. To me, that wasn't a shirt to me.
Yeah.
That wasn't a shirt that I was gonna pay $25 or whatever we were charging at the time for. So that was a little hard for me in the beginning. I'm like, I don't know, man. I felt like we weren't giving them enough.
Yeah.
But that was because that was only my personal,
Yeah.
opinion on that.
Yeah, but I think all the brands were using those kind of shirts at that time.
Yeah.
But then I think also when we first started, we were kind of trying to become like, we were really trying to put a lot of fitness into the,
Into the brand.
into the brand.
Because
So
of how we started. Because we started
yeah,
with working out.
because we were workout partners. Yeah. And then that was like another thing, like going back to like why we wanted to start Nesian Built, like it's anytime, like I've been like into fitness for a long time, and working out and stuff, and you always see like Adidas, you always see Nike, you always see like Under Armour and all this stuff, and to us it was just like, why isn't there a Nike for us? Why isn't there an Under Armour for us, like to represent Pacific Islanders? So that was definitely like our thing. Like, we got to create this. Like that's it. In our head, that's a problem that we wanted to solve and something we wanted to create. So, we jumped on that. But yeah, going back to, we got the samples, we got the box. We were hella excited for it, and when we got it, we didn't really like what we saw. We had to make a lot of changes because what we thought would work out didn't work out. Like, prints were too small on shirts.
Prints are too small. They weren't as vibrant. Like the colors didn't pop from the shirt.
Yeah.
Almost like it faded all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
It was very dull.
They definitely didn't look like what those mock-ups look like on their website.
That was another learning curve for us.
Yeah, like and then it goes from that to, like, just how do you deal with, because you're dealing with another company creating your stuff. So if they send something that's messed up, we have to get proof from the customer, and then have to send that information back to them. So we're talking about customer service at this point, right? So if the customer receives something that's messed up, and we have to get proof from them, which I think is too much, asking them, oh, prove it, don't lie to me, kind of thing. I don't like that, right? Yeah. So then we have to get pictures from them, send it back to the company, and have the company reship them another one that we don't know is even going to be any better than the one that they just got. Yeah, it was so much work for little turnaround, little profit, right? Yeah. Or anything. Like, it was really hard to grow that way. Yeah. So then, we figured out we were able to grow it enough and create some money to go into screen printing, right? Not us screen printing ourselves, but we found a company out in Vegas. That's where we started, right? We went and got a company out in Vegas that would print. And I think we initially went through them for an event. I think we had an event, or one of our first events, or a pop-up. Yeah, and so we went through them to go ahead and see if they could print some shirts for us. And then even with that, like, doing that was also a learning curve, because as simple as it may seem, like, we just didn't even, we had no fucking idea. I had no idea, like, sending them designs, and this is what I was doing. Like, it's because I still didn't fucking know how to set up, sizes and stuff like that of certain designs. I would send them the design we wanted, right? And then tell them the placement and the size of the design we wanted on the shirt. Like, say we wanted this Islander design, and I wanted it 11 inches wide and then 4 inches tall, like something like that, right? Yeah. Instead of just already setting that and having them just put it. Like, now, now we know these things.
Exporting the artwork
exactly
in the size you want it.
Exactly how you want it, yes. And at that time, we had no idea how to fucking do that. And I mean, we were doing that even for a while. It wasn't even, nobody, I guess it was just because there's so many different pieces of the business that we're trying to learn, that there's some things that we leave out. You start getting good at other things, and then, you forget about that stuff.
What Bears podcast is a lot of hats you gotta wear.
Yeah, it is a lot. There's a lot to it, and there's just so many little things, but that's the game, though. That's the game of it, and that's one of the best parts to me.
Exciting.
It is, because you start seeing it grow. You start seeing, these little things, all the time you're putting in, and you start seeing it become worthwhile, and that's important, because if you're working so hard and there's really nothing coming of it, you just either gotta push through that shit or you're gonna be done. That makes a difference between people, because if you don't stop, as long as you don't stop, you're gonna keep fucking learning, and that's really what we did. We're 4 years into this, so we're still not even at where we want to be with this, and we're constantly putting ourselves in situations to grow, because we're constantly trying to learn. We're constantly
There's still
trying.
more to learn.
Yeah, there's still
4
so
years
much
later.
nonstop. Like, and that's why we said, like, we listen to podcasts, we listen to, and we watch videos on all these things that we need to learn because we want to keep providing good quality items and products to our customer base, But we went from there, from screen printing, and this is the one thing that I do want to like speak on when it comes to screen printing, and that I've learned and I've felt at least through those processes, even into drop shipping. We took it into our own hands to basically start printing our own stuff, because this is what I told Mark when we basically, because we had to figure out a way to keep our stuff going, because I felt this way. Nobody cares about your brand more than you care about your brand. Nobody cares about the products you're putting out more than you do. And if you're not getting quality products and stuff is messed up, and then you're dealing with anybody that's helping your business basically, right? And they're not putting in the time, or they're not caring about the quality that they're giving to you and you're paying them. It's gonna show. Yeah. And if you don't care about it and you only care about money, like, that's one thing. But we cared about the product we were actually putting out. We cared about people spending their hard-earned money and buying our stuff. So we wanted to make sure that they were getting what they paid for, and that's why we went into think, it was really fucking, it bothered me a lot, but we had to figure out a way to keep going and get away from other people making our stuff. So that's why, that's when we went into, it's like, hey bro, they got $300 heat presses. We can go and
heat presses. Yeah,
we saw there's, some $300 heat presses.
Yep.
And we said, we're gonna start making our own shit. And I think that was just last year. We basically, I think it was January or before January when we started making our own stuff. So then we decided, we were going from getting stuff screen printing.
So January 2021.
Yeah, 2021. Yeah.
Or 2020.
It was 2021. I mean, this was after the logo change, stuff like that. We changed our logo, I think it was 2019, in the middle of the summer or something like that. We changed our logo during COVID because, I really felt like we needed to make something, and we wanted to make something that was way more mainstream. Like when I say Nike and I say Adidas and all this, that's exactly what we're trying to go for. We want to be the Nike, the Gymshark, the fucking Adidas of the Pacific Islander community. And
you look at a lot of their designs, it's simple, clean.
Same thing. Yeah.
They have nice designs.
Yeah, and it's literally that. Like, it's what we're trying to do is become that and create that for Pacific Islanders. And we're on a route that we're going. Obviously you have to go through the hoops. You have to learn these different things, and we've learned a lot, and there's a lot of shit that we still got to figure out to get there. But as long as you guys are aware, we're not gonna stop until we do. Like, that's just we've already set our minds to what we want to do with this, and it fucking runs through my mind all the damn time on how we're gonna create this and how we're gonna keep getting closer and closer to that point. But we went from holding this inventory in my garage, that stuff that was screen printed, to getting a heat press and start printing our own stuff. It was, and I remember I even bought one of those Cricut iron on things.
The Cricut heat press.
Yeah, the Cricut heat press, and that shit was garbage. That wasn't what we were trying to do. But like that was
not for what we were trying to do.
Yeah, and then it was like it
might work well for other people, but for us, we needed something more industrial.
Something a little stronger, tougher. But we went from that, right, and we got the heat press. We didn't even know how to heat press shit. Like, so that's that's another thing.
All these freaking learning.
Yeah, it was constant. But
what pressure? What is the pressure?
Yeah.
We didn't even know how to.
No idea.
The instructions came with how much pressure to put, but on our heat presses there's
no gauge.
There's no gauge for pressure.
We said this feels strong. This doesn't feel strong. But we had to learn how to press correctly. Make sure.
Time.
Yeah, time on the heat presses. I mean, Now, I mean, we got it down, but
Now, I feel like for us, it's all about feel.
yeah.
We know the temperature, but as far as the pressure, it's all about feel. Even sometimes the time.
Yeah. When you do hundreds of shirts,
Yeah.
thousands of shirts and thousands of items already, then it's a feel thing. We kind of know.
I feel it in my back, that's for sure. We're standing on the heat press, it's hot as hell, we're sweating.
Yeah.
My back's hurting. Because you kind of have to hunch over a little bit when you're pressing down.
Yeah.
We don't have it to where they have those freaking those automatic heat presses.
Yeah.
If we stick with heat pressing, that's got to be next because that's game changer. You've seen a few videos on that.
Yeah, just by itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went and we got heat presses, and they weren't very good heat presses either. Like they worked for what we were trying to get done, and we went to print on demand. I remember that was January, right? So we went to print on demand, and that shit was crazy because we decided, right?
Print on demand as far as us printing our own.
Yeah, we print our own stuff on demand.
Shipping.
Yeah, what we got out of drop shipping, we went into screen printing. We thought it was a great idea until we started dropping stuff, and then printing different designs. So what we did was we bought a bulk of shirts,
Just blanks.
Just blanks.
A ton of different.
I think that time was like white and black, like that's all we had, and we had a bunch of different designs for those. Black
just
and
a
white.
few different color selections, not many.
Yeah, and then we just said we'll put them up. When they order them, we make them, and we send it out. That's just crazy because you work a full-time job and you gotta come home and print fucking a bunch of shirts. That shit was too. It was too much. It was hard to keep up with.
How long would you say we did that?
Bro, that was probably that for like 4 or 5 months, I think. Yeah. About 4 or 5 months. Then we're just like, there's no way.
This guy took. You took the most. How do you say it? I don't know how to say it. You took the most burden on that because it was out of AJ's garage. So anytime he came home, this guy was just on it.
Yeah.
And I live like how many miles away, and for me it was a little harder, a little more challenging for me to get there, and do all that. He's already there.
Yeah.
He would just pop into the garage and get it done, but it took a long time.
Yeah.
Some days you're like, bro, we got to get this done. So.
Yeah.
Like on the big days, like Black Friday or something like that.
Yeah, I think like drop days. It's always like when we had drop days, and then to try and print that stuff because like it's important for us to get orders out quickly, right? Yeah. So if we're taking our damn time and not printing these things when they're ordered, that bothers me and it'll bother the customer. So I always wanted to get right to it. So there's days where me and him would go to work, and then instead of going to the gym, right? Like we go to the gym, 11:30, pretty much we're hitting the weights. We'd have to cut that off. We'd say we get off at 11, bro. I gotta go straight home. I gotta print these orders. I gotta ship these motherfuckers out, man. Yeah. And that's the way we wanted to get rid of that. Then we got to the point where there's no way, bro. I can keep it. Then we had to find another way. So what we did was we got another heat press, and then we started printing in bulk. We went from having blanks and just sitting on shelves, and then when they order we print them. Instead, we just got the designs.
Like this is what we're gonna drop.
Yeah, this is what we're dropping. We're printing.
We're gonna print all of them, fold them, put them on the shelves. When the order comes in, then all we gotta do is package and ship
it out. So that's like the only difference between that was instead of us spreading out the time, throughout the days to print. Right, like instead of every day, we're gonna print this many because this is how many orders that came through. We just spend one whole day just printing all these designs, and then we put the quantities that we have into the system, and then that's what we got. If we really want to keep it going, then we just restock on it. But that whole thing was fucking, and we're at where we're at now because we learned. Through that whole process. And I think when we're really comfortable with the way we roll our systems now, like I think it's there's ways that we possibly could become it could be easier on us, but at the same time, I feel like that just printing that many items all the time every month, that really keeps us in it. Like that really keeps our head in it, knowing that fucking today's a hard day. And Mark knows this. I'm fucking all about hard days. Like I fucking love that, we have to put in the sweat. And it's always gonna fucking pay off because the reason why we can charge the prices that we charge, and we are the cheapest and most affordable brand out there, and it's not because the quality of our stuff is below average or nothing. It's because we do the work and we're willing to take that hit, and we want to keep it that way. And the only way for us to keep it that way is by us doing the work. And if we spit all this stuff out to, you know, screen printers or somebody else, we can't charge that no more. They're charging us, especially now, because we have to pay them for their services. So then we got to put that on top of, you know, the cost that we, you know.
We have to factor that into the cost.
Yeah, and we don't want to do that. Right now, we're capable of doing it, and we want to do it. Even though we still work full-time jobs, you know, outside of Nesian Built, we still want to make sure that we provide that, and we provide that quality and affordable, you know, gear for, you know, our people.
Yeah, on the subject of affordability, we talked to one of our guys that was doing some work for us, and you know, this is before we got the shop.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you were there, but I told you about it. You know, we talked about getting a shop, and he was like, you know, I don't know if you guys should do it. You should just keep doing it out of the garage, because then if you get a shop, then your price is gonna have to go up, because you're gonna have to factor in your rent and your bills and stuff like that. And I thought that's definitely what we had to do. But if you notice our prices, we're still about the same we were, right? It's not the same as we were running out of your shop.
Yep.
So we're still able to keep the prices down and scale up our business, you know, with moving into a shop, which was a huge, huge step for us, a huge commitment. Super exciting, but also nerve-wracking when you think about it. It's just like, dang, it's real now.
Yeah.
I always tell this guy, turn the light on, bro. We got bills. You can't have the light on in the office. The sun's shining through the window, bro. Turn the light off, bro. We got bills to pay.
But like, this is that, and I mean, it's hella scary, because we do have families, you know, and we have to feed our families. We have to.
Those play a huge factor into our decisions too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and it's like working out of the garage was convenient, but we couldn't grow in there. We couldn't grow anymore. Like, I don't know if you guys seen the pictures.
You can go back to our old YouTube videos.
Yeah.
How empty his garage was then.
When we first, I think it was that workout during COVID. Like, it was empty. And then it just turned into, it was just so packed in there. I mean, the last couple of months, like before we moved in to
I had maybe this much space to work.
Yeah, to press.
Like, I gotta grab the shirt on the press on the landing spot.
Yeah, like,
it was tight.
It's insane, because like we're doing 100 shirts a piece on our sides, and there's just no room for us to work. Like, so we already knew, like, and the craziest part is, like, I have to go into this. This shop I looked at multiple times, or the way that the layout of this warehouse is what I looked at almost every night. I would fucking go into my phone when we were looking for a space, and like I said, manifestation is fucking real. Like, we were looking into getting a place, getting a spot, and we weren't ever really sure about it. We just knew we needed to, and we wanted to. We wanted our own headquarters. And I just kept looking into shops and looking into spaces for us. And then we eventually got this. And this is what I kept picturing us in. This and what would work for us. And this is exactly what we got. And I mean, fucking super excited about it, but it was still scary to try and get into it. Just because you know that you have to pay these bills. You have to pay the rent here. Like, you don't have a damn choice now.
And when it comes to signing the lease part too.
Like,
it's real work, you know. It's like.
And I was like, because the work is not optional at this point, you know. Like, in the garage, it's like, I don't have to worry about anything. We don't sell, you know. But that's why I never, like, I prepped myself mentally so that if we got to this point, I was already there. Like, so what we did last year was really important when we started the year. We had monthly goals set.
Before that, we didn't have any.
Yeah, we didn't have any set. We just, whatever happened. As soon as we set those monthly goals, that's when shit really kind of took off. Like, it really helped us out in staying intentional about what we did, creating more and more action to make sure that we reached our goal. And we did reach our goal every month.
Our target sales.
Yeah, our target sales every month. Because what that does is it just puts you into action and makes you have to do something to make sure that you get there, right? So we did that last year, and that was probably one of the best decisions we've made when it comes down to this.
Best years we ever had.
Yeah,
year we ever had.
Best year we've had this far, right? And we kind of really got our groove, especially towards the summer, of understanding, you know, what our brand really is and what our customers see it as, right?
Yeah.
And we just kept hitting on that. So after doing that last year, we knew what we were capable of, and now we've set higher standards for ourselves, and we have to. like, because we got the shop, right? We're in the shop, and we have to pay these bills, right? And it's not, and it doesn't even seem like it's a chore at this point, because I mean, this is like our home, our second home. We love this fucking place. We love coming in here and doing what we do, but bills have to be paid. You know, dues gotta be paid.
As far as living, it's crazy when after we first got the place.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was this. We moved in, we did all that, and I got off work,
Mm-hmm.
and I pulled. I don't think you weren't here yet. I pulled up, just knowing, pulling up to the warehouse or the HQ, knowing that this is us.
Yeah.
You know, there's no other boss. There's no other coworkers. There's no HR. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Everything now is up to us to make sure that we can still pull up here every morning.
Mm-hmm.
Or every afternoon and get work done. So
Yeah.
that was kind of a cool feeling.
Yeah. Like, just knowing that, we've worked to get to this point and actually have our own place, like, we didn't quit. There's many times that, we could have easily said that this is not going to work. There's no way. You have those days, those weeks where you don't get a damn sale, even a sale it hurts, but it's because we weren't doing enough. We weren't ready for it. We just had no idea. And we just put in way more action, way more activity into reaching our goals and what we wanted. So, it's paying off, like just the time that we put in it's showing, and just not quitting and not giving up and thinking, like, having the idea, having the goal, and then just pushing for it. And the goal, like we said, is not money, right? It's not about money. It's about pushing. It's about spreading our ideas, because it is a positive mindset. It's a mindset of, being better. If all of us are better, the world is better, and if we can keep doing that and keep spreading that, then that's the ultimate goal, right?
Yeah.
But then
also, I feel like the brand's kind of shifted as far as what we stood for in the beginning.
what we're trying.
It's kind of morphed. It's still relatively the same, but overall, it's kind of morphed into a little bit more of the mindset, thing. I know for me in the beginning it was about working out,
Mm-hmm. It's an Islander brand.
It was an island brand, working out. But I think seeing the following that we have, and then the power of influence already, and kind of the responsibility you have as an influencer, even though we're not that big, now it kind of morphed into more of, how would you say it? You know what I mean?
Like,
kind of like what you've been posting a lot lately about.
Because
positivity and
I think that's
mindset stuff. And
when it comes to, especially the world that we're in now, I think that's just, there's so much shit going on, and so much stuff that can pull you out of being able to reach goals that you thought were attainable before. So many things that could stop you, that right now it's got to be about the mindset that you put in. It's got to be the kind of about the kind of person that you are in the world now, because you can see negative people or negativity is easily taking over a lot of things that, and a lot of things in the world, and a lot of, people's lives, and we want to be the total opposite of that and show people that, especially our people, I feel like there's not enough of us, not enough Sith Islanders that are out there really succeeding and really making things happen for themselves, because we are from small places, and some people, it's just because they don't believe that they can, because why would I do this when I'm just from here. The mindset is just to be comfortable and content with, and that, I mean, like, if you live in life and you're happy with what you have, that's the goal, is to be happy and comfortable where you're at. But if you want more, you should go get more. That's the whole thing. But like we said, the brand, we wanted to roll into and become one of the biggest, Pacific Islander brands out there. Bigger, like we said, the Nike, the Adidas, the Gymshark of the Pacific Island community. That's the goal.
That's the overall goal.
Yeah, I mean, and we're not gonna stop till we get there. Like, for real, like this, and this has brought us so many things, right? Like, I know a lot of veterans, military veterans especially, can attest to this. When you leave the military, finding purpose is rough. It's hard, because that's where you found your purpose. And up until Nesian Built, I really felt like I had no purpose, man. And it was you can even talk to my wife about it. Like, I was having such a hard time trying to figure out what the hell I was gonna do after I left the military. And as soon as we started this, it was just because of the learning that I had to put in, the time that I had to put in. It was fucking amazing, like how I found purpose. And then it's crazy to feel and to see people like actually, give you props for your brand, give you, their feedback, and then also be willing to pay money, man. Like, pay money for your stuff. And then also like the
consistently.
Yeah, and the consistent.
We have some
people,
customers
right?
out there just it's like clockwork.
Yeah, it's like once the drop comes, they're there. Like, and that's fucking crazy to us. Like, when we say that we're thankful, like we truly are thankful and grateful for that, because there is a lot of work put in, and people don't have to buy your shit. Like, they don't have to. There's so many choices out there, but if they choose to pay and buy your stuff, like, it's nuts to think that people are willing to even just pay money for your idea, right? And if we can keep building it, we're giving, and as long as we're continuing to give quality items and quality products, quality content, and give back to the people, like, we want to keep building that community, keep building, our people that believe what we kind of believe, right? And I like I said, the purpose thing, and this shit has made us do things that we probably would have never done. Like, because before, like, I sit my ass on the TV and watch TV all the damn time. I'd be watching Netflix and all this kind of bullshit. Like, I was wasting so much time where I could have been productive, right? And I could have been doing things. And it's made us do things like 75 hard. Like, it's made us, these are things that I found through the process of personal development of myself that we were able to spread throughout our group, right? And our group of people, because we all have that mindset of wanting to be better, because that's the Nesian Built mindset. These are all people that follow and really push Nesian Built. So it's us growing together. Me and Mark really believe in, if we don't grow as people, we can't grow this brand. We can't tell people about a mindset that we know nothing about. So we have to put ourselves, and this is the way we provide value to our customers, is by constantly putting ourselves in these fucking situations of doing the hard work and doing shit that people don't want to do, so that we can continue to keep giving you value, giving the customers value, and understanding where we're coming from, right? Because if we do the hard stuff, then it'll allow people to believe that they can do it, they can achieve it, because we're just regular ass dudes, right? There's nothing special about it. We just decided to fucking do the things that most people don't want to do,
and keep doing it
on a consistent basis.
I think that's the key for us, is keep doing it.
Yeah, and just believe that it's gonna happen. Like we said, it's a mindset. Just believe that it's gonna happen and keep putting in the work. There's no way you can work and for that long consistently and it doesn't work out, unless you're just a fucked up person, I guess. But I don't believe that's us, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got anything else about the like what do you think, like, since we started this, bro? Like, what have you learned? What have you taken out of it or what have you learned from the process of
what I was just saying at the end there is the consistency. It's just showing up, just keep doing it. Because I've done things in the past where I've been semi-successful at, and then once you get there, I stop, and then guess what happens? I go back to zero. You know what I mean? And so I think with the brand, working with the brand, working with you and stuff like that, I've learned that you can't stop. If you have an idea, if you want to do something, if you ever want to get bigger or grow or have it become your full-time gig, you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work on it. You have to be consistent, and then even show up when you feel like it's not working. Just keep pushing forward. That's probably the biggest thing I've taken from working with the brand. Because like you were saying earlier, there's days or weeks where there is no sales coming. So it's like, well, what the heck are we doing? And normally, if you weren't there, if this is something I was doing on my own, I would have probably just stopped. You know what I mean? But we have each other, to hold ourselves accountable. So I can't quit, you know.
Yeah.
And then this guy doesn't quit. So you've pushed me to be that, or to take it to that level of just keep on going. Just be consistent.
Yeah.
Show up, do the work. It's gonna pay off.
Yeah.
You gotta trust the process.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean,
You know, that's the biggest thing I've taken.
yeah, and that's probably one of the biggest things. I think if most people understood that
Yeah. In anything though, not just
Yeah.
business, in
Not
life,
just
in
business,
anything, in any goal that you have, health, wealth, anything. I think
and
anything.
in anything, and that's why the growing process doesn't stop. The learning process doesn't stop. Then
Yeah. Also the willingness to learn. Yeah.
yeah, you have to be willing to open up and not be narrow-minded. The fact that you're gonna do things and learn things that you never even thought of before, and that's what brought us into doing 75 Hard, which we're not gonna get into now. We appreciate you guys joining the podcast today. You know, we'll jump out of it now, but we appreciate you guys joining our first podcast. This shit was fucking awesome. Hope you guys enjoy the conversation, learning more about us. But next one is 75 Hard. We're gonna tell you
Next
guys.
one we'll touch on that 75 Hard, what we went through,
Yeah,
the whole process, what it is.
Yeah, the experience of the whole
the
thing,
experience,
and how it's helped us. Like, if you guys haven't learned anything about 75 Hard, I go look into it before we drop our next podcast, and you guys learn everything that we learned about, you know, that process. Because that's one of those same things where it goes into just not quitting and getting the work fucking done every day on the daily, and then seeing what comes out of it. And I'm fucking glad we did that. But we're gonna share those experiences on the next one.
Yep.
See
Join
you
us
guys.
next time.
Yeah, next time, baby. Let's go.